merch that I seen you have I'm gonna make a set for like a t-shirt and a mug, and I want to do a hat, but now I gotta get a hat press. After 7 o'clock my time.
Yes. All right, y'all.
I don't know for how much longer though.
What's that?
That it's gonna be. Well, it still be my time. I just be.
Oh, really? Y'all gonna roll?
Yeah.
We live, y'all. So, you know,
hey.
If you don't want it out there, don't say it. But welcome in, everybody. We're gonna call this the COVID version.
We keep that to yourself,
man. Oh yeah,
keep that to yourself.
I am in my isolation booth right now. So Big O, I talked to him earlier today, and so yes, I got about 5 days sitting in here, and it's gonna be interesting.
They kick you to your own little corner.
I got my own little corner. It's different though when you can't go. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's just me wanting to be here. That's one thing. But then when you can't go, yeah. So it's interesting. But now though, the wife is she's under the weather too, so I'm gonna have to go take care of her for a while too. So we go.
She's what?
She's under the weather too. She's getting the same symptoms I got a day later. So everything that I was feeling yesterday, she's feeling today. So it's gonna be interesting. I was telling my pops, I was like, look, I said the best thing we got right now is that we got 2 kids that can drive. So like a little earlier, I was like, hey. They were like, I heard them say, "Oh, we're leaving." They're like, where y'all going? And they were going to Walmart. I was like, Dad could use a couple of cheeseburgers from McDonald's. You stop and get that. Because yesterday I didn't eat it all.
It does feel good, doesn't it?
It does. Absolutely, it does.
I know.
So we get past all that though. How was your week? How was your fantasy week?
Yeah, terrible. I knew it was though. I didn't get beat too bad, but I did. But
I actually won all 3. I shouldn't have won one, but I won all 3.
Which one should you not have won? Why shouldn't you have won that one?
I had Stroud, I had Nico, and they both went out with injuries.
That's right. Concussion.
And I still won.
And you still won?
And I still won.
That's crazy.
The person I played did horrible, so I only had like 70 something points, and he ended up getting like 68. So I barely beat him, but yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah.
No, I did. I also went 3-0 this week, and the only thing, the 2 Monday night upsets, I picked up Green Bay's defense specifically because they were playing the Giants. I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be great. I can just put them in, and this is going to give me at least 7 points. I don't even have to think about it. And by the end of the night, I was sitting there at the very end of the game wondering, will that field goal actually take another point away? I ended up getting 3 points, and I ended up winning. I want to say it was one. Hold on, I can tell you exactly what it is. I do have it pulled up. This one. I won 116.12 to 115.74. So literally, had they taken one more point away from me, I would have lost. I was like, man. And I'm sitting there basically edge of my seat type of thing, because and of course, hey, look, y'all see the backdrop.
Yeah.
I mean, the ups and downs of that game for me on Monday night was crazy, because after, and for those of you who don't understand, I am a Titans fan, and I was at work telling people we are going to get trounced. It's not even going to it's just, I just don't want them to be too embarrassed. I didn't think that they were going to win. I just was like,
yeah, they started off bad.
Right. And that was the thing. So at first, like I said, it was a roller coaster, because they got down to the Dolphins got down to the goal line basically, and then they fumbled the ball. Tennessee recovered way up high, and then Will Levis threw a pick six to a lineman, and he tried to tackle him, which looked like it hurt. I mean, that thing looked like it was painful for him. So then at that point, I'm on Facebook at that point, like, dude, it's gonna be a long night, because But I guess for Tennessee, when in doubt, injure the best player on the team, because that was a horse collar. I mean, look, I'm a Titans fan, yes, but that was a horse collar tackle, and he took him out, and of course, he didn't play any more in the first half. And I mean, but even that, I mean, the first half score was 10-7. I mean, it wasn't like they went on some scoring spree or anything.
Oh, no, it was a close game.
Yeah, I mean, even with that, it was like, okay, I was like, Tariq Hill's going to come back.
I went to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that they were supposed to lose. They threw another interception, and then it was, I don't know, it was crazy, ups, downs, all over the place.
Yep.
So, but they got the win, and the only other thing I'm thinking is like, dude, where was this team all season? Because I mean, if they could legit, Big O, what happened to you?
Yeah, I think you lost though.
Oh. So, but if they could continue that, where they can handle a big offense like Miami, then what else can y'all do? Because of course the other thing is that the next game is versus Houston, where Stroud is hurt, and Nico Collins is also. Big O, you back?
Yeah, I see him.
I see him, but he looks.
I couldn't hear you guys. I see you guys the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
You gone away for a second.
Your video is sketchy, but we can hear you loud and clear. At least, yes, it's just sort of jumping around. Say something, oh. He ain't saying nothing.
Well, I'm going to have to find a quarterback.
Man, so are you thinking about Beathard, the kid from Cincinnati?
I haven't really looked, because my backup quarterback was actually Herbert, and he's out for the season too.
Yep, he's out for the season.
I have no quarterbacks.
It's been basketball, but
yeah.
And there he goes again.
It's like he's in, but he's out. And it's like your signal is weak, because that's what I'm getting over here. All right. Well, we're gonna keep. We're gonna keep talking, dude.
Something come across my phone.
See, I don't know what I'm looking at as quarterbacks. I haven't even looked yet.
It is bad.
But so this is coming up to playoffs. So are you in the playoffs in all your leagues?
I'm locked in all three leagues.
Okay.
In your league, it's a tightrope between me and Menace, who's going to actually be third. I think I have him by like 1 full point. But both of us are locked in. So it's just going to be a seeding thing as far as that goes. And then in the other leagues, I'm locked in everything. So I got the playoffs. I have made the playoffs. Now the question is will I stay how long will I last in the playoffs? That's going to be the big question.
Well, I'm locked in on one of them. It's like I'm second place in the league, but the other two, I'm in it, but I'm not locked in. Like in mine, I'm in fifth, but there's like 4 of us that are 8 and 6.
8 and 6. That's right. I just looked at that. I was looking at that. Because
luckily, I'm at the top.
Right. I was gonna say it looks like you got them all by about 100 points, though.
Right. Oh wow, there's 2 of them. But yeah, I got him by 100 points, so I should, even if I lose, as long as somebody else loses, I should still be in it. I may drop some places, but I still should be. The other one I'm more concerned about is I'm kind of in the same predicament, but I'm not at the top of the. There's like 3 or 4 of us that are 7 and 7. And I am in the 6th spot.
Ooh.
And so I got a person above me 7 and 7, person below me 7 and 7. And actually, we're only like 3, 7. So there's one that's 8 and 6. They have like 1,390 points. Then a person that's 7 and 7 is 1,399. I'm 1,397 at 7 and 7. And then the last 7 and 7 is 1,350. Their total points. So it's like kind of close between the 3 of us. So if I win and the person that's 8 and 6 loses, I can actually pass them. So I'm in a good spot. It's just too close for my liking.
You can't relax. Can't relax.
Yeah.
And
of course, that's the league I lost all my quarterbacks. So.
Yeah. Well, see, now, and I know how Big O feels about it. He's a risk taker. Here's the thing I'm thinking about. Like, I got Lamar Jackson and Brock Purdy. I know we've talked about this before, but still. But here's the thing. Lamar Jackson this week plays Jacksonville. And then Brock Purdy plays the Arizona Cardinals.
Ooh.
So they say Lamar Jackson is actually scheduled to score more points. It's like 21.7 or something like that. Brock Purdy's supposed to be like 20 points. But I'm actually thinking that I'm going to sit Lamar Jackson this week because I'm thinking Jacksonville's defense is going to be way heavier than Arizona's defense. I don't even think Arizona's motivated to win that much. And so I think the idea would be to go with Brock and, hope that a couple of those McCaffrey runs are just long passes. You know what I mean?
Right. The screen passes.
Exactly. Where, that goes for a touchdown or, goes for 30 yards or something like that. Even if they're blowing them out.
At 28 points.
What's that?
They got him projected at 28 points.
28 points.
Yeah.
I in this league. Let me look here.
Yeah, it depends on the league you're in. The
Yeah.
point system may be different.
Let's see. In this one, yeah, in this one they got him projected at 20.4. Woo.
Bless you.
Yeah. Snotty.
It is. Oh, it is, and it hurts. I mean, it literally does. It hurts. But yeah, in this league, he's projected to get 20.4, and Lamar is scheduled to get 21.7. And so, but I'm still thinking.
Oh, yesterday, here we go, right here.
I'm still thinking that Arizona's defense is way weaker than Jacksonville's defense. And the other thing is sort of like I said too, it's like, Arizona being motivated to win, it's got to be way less than Jacksonville has something to play for. They're still trying to win the division.
Right.
Arizona's still trying to figure out, do they want the third pick or, the sixth pick? I mean,
Yeah.
that's what they're thinking about. Oh, wait, here's something that I heard today. Now, granted, Tuesday I spent all day sleep. I was asleep all day Tuesday. Didn't hear anything on Tuesday. But this morning, I got up. I'm driving down the road, and I heard, would Chicago consider sending the first and the fifth pick to the Chargers for Herbert? You get the first and the fifth pick for Justin Herbert.
It ain't gonna happen.
I know it ain't gonna happen. It was a hypothetical. But would you do it? I don't even think that I would do it. First and fifth pick?
Chargers wouldn't do it. Chicago would consider it, but the Chargers would not.
Right.
That was the other thing. The Chargers were like, that guy was saying that the Chargers shouldn't consider it at all.
Should not. Yeah,
because even
they just
if they
paid
got
him.
Did they just pay him? Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, beginning of the season.
Yeah, but yeah, they were talking about that, and then they just said, then they were going through, and they were like, they should be making phone calls to all of the teams that have these quarterbacks that are, let's say, top 10 quarterbacks.
We need a quarterback.
And offer them first and fifth for their quarterback. Like they did it. They actually said Miami, but I believe Miami would do it in a heartbeat. I mean, for Tua,
yeah. Get rid of Tua?
For first and fifth, I think they would. If it was offered to him. Dude, look, let me just say this. You can call it what you want. Tariq Hill didn't play the first half of the game on Monday night. Tua looked like a regular quarterback playing against a non-playoff team. I mean, the Tennessee Titans are not a playoff team at all. And they lost to Tennessee without Tariq Hill.
I think Miami would consider it because you think about like Caleb in Miami with Hill and Waddle.
Yeah.
That I think Miami would consider that.
That's what I think too. I think Miami would. Now here's the big one though. Would Jerry Jones consider? Now here's the thing. Like Dak gets paid next year. He's not. I mean, so if he doesn't want to pay him,
that's true.
He gets a first and a fifth.
I mean, it's time for him to renew his contract. Yeah,
not a first round and a fifth round, like a
first
pick and a fifth pick for Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I can see that happen.
Yeah,
That I could see if you didn't want to pay him.
if he didn't want to pay him. What you think, Big Ho?
I don't because I feel like if that's the case, they would have been got rid of Dak. You know that he.
I hear you, but
I
my
don't
thing
think
is that there's a little bit of part of me.
if they went through all the losses with him and the heartaches with him, and they didn't just get rid of him like that.
Well, here's the thing.
But it's
this
not
is
just
the only
getting rid of
thing.
him though. It's for a
Right.
first round pick. It's a first, first pick.
Yeah, this kid,
Not just a
Caleb,
first round pick, the first pick.
the first pick in the draft. Caleb
Well,
is supposed to be a, what do they call him? A generational, quarterback or whatever they say all the time. Like he's supposed to be the real deal. And I mean, the thing is that you're going to get 2 picks in the top 10, 2 picks, and you're not going to have to pay him. You're not going.
Yep.
You wouldn't even have to pay him what Dak is asking for. Like just for both of those guys, you won't pay their salaries combined for the next 3 years.
I feel you on that.
Won't be what Dak is asking for.
And I'm not saying that's not a good idea, but they ain't got rid of him. My thing is, if they didn't kept him all this time, they not gonna get rid of him. Even if they do, even if his payday is coming up, I don't think so.
I think they only haven't because there was nothing better that they was getting in return. This is a first and a 5th pick. And there are at least 3 very good quarterbacks in the draft.
Okay, so what's first pick?
Say that again.
What would they do with that first? Well, I know you know what the first
pick is quarterback.
I mean, what
Caleb? They can do anything they want. They can trade it and get something else.
Yeah, I mean
they can stack that with the second one.
Yeah, they only really want the first pick.
Right.
Yeah.
They only really want the first.
Like the 5th is just a gift. Right.
Yeah, I mean,
can you imagine if like Marvin Harrison Jr. fell to that 5th pick?
Yeah.
Then they have CeeDee Lamb and Harrison.
That would be incredible. And Caleb.
Right. And Caleb. Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that'd be insane.
If it fell to them, that would be very crazy.
I don't know is anybody, can we pull up the current draft order? Let me look at that right quick.
Sure we could.
Standing. Let's see more.
So, okay, I got it. So currently the first would be Carolina, but that's going to Chicago.
Right.
Second would be New England. They'll probably take a quarterback.
Yep.
Arizona, they will probably stick with Kyler, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
and Washington. And Washington may take a quarterback. So it's very possible that if he gets past Arizona,
if he gets past Arizona,
he could very well be there at 5.
The only thing is I don't think he gets past Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona could use a receiver.
If they go stick with Kyler, then you want to get him somebody he can throw the ball to.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see him getting past Arizona.
But you're right in the fact that the first 3 pick, it's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. to Arizona, and then the other 3 picks are going to be quarterbacks. I mean, I wouldn't understand why New England wouldn't take a quarterback. They have to take a quarterback.
I would think so.
And Washington,
they very well may take a quarterback. I don't think they're sold on how.
I mean, you have the 4th pick. If one of those quarterbacks are there, I mean, even if you sort of like Howell, you can still have him there
The
for
coach. Oh, yeah.
another pick. I mean, another year until you start that guy, the rookie.
Then you would pick that high and still sit a rookie though. That's very rarely done.
It's very rarely done, but I mean, you could. I
I mean, you
mean,
could, but I haven't known a team to sit a rookie that was picked that high, except for what 40. I don't even think the 49ers did. I think they had no choice because Lance got hurt.
Lance got hurt.
But yeah, I don't think any other, like the closest one was Mahomes, and he was picked like, what was Mahomes picked? He wasn't picked till after 10.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he wasn't in the top 10.
So yeah, he wasn't even in the top 10.
Yeah, because it's funny too. I remember the draft with Rodgers because he slid and slid and slid.
Slid, right.
So he too didn't. So I thought. But even so, I mean, I don't think they get rid of Howe. But I mean, even if they started him, I mean, there's supposed to be what 5 good quarterbacks in this draft.
Something like that.
I think there's a question about what's the kid Coach Prime's son, whether or not he's going to actually come out. Yeah, Shador. Whether or not you think he is?
No.
You don't think he is? Yeah, I don't think he is either. I think he's going to stay. I think he's. It's better for him. It's better for him to get another year in where, look, I hate to say it this way, but where the coach has his best interest in mind, right? Because it's like, hey, we need to get these wide receivers. We need to make sure we get this, these offensive linemen to protect my son.
Right.
I mean, that's what it is. And, I want him to be successful. So we're going to do what we got to do to make sure he is successful. So I don't think he's coming out either. And then there was another kid, I don't remember the name, who was actually supposed to come out here and there.
Is Bo Nix coming out?
I don't know who is. The only kid I know is Caleb. And, of course, there's still a question on Caleb.
Right. Depends on where he goes. He's threatening to stay.
Right. He is.
Yeah, I think Bo Nix may be coming out from Oregon.
Okay.
And there's somebody else I can't think of.
I haven't looked.
Best quarterback.
Oh, you got 2023 or whatever it is.
2024. So Drake May. That's his name. Drake May.
Drake May. Is he the third or the second Drake May?
I think he's the second behind Caleb. Yeah, they got Caleb Williams at number 1, Marvin Harrison number 2, and then Drake May at 3. Then they got a tackle, tight end. Who's the next quarterback they have listed here?
Who you say was number 1?
Caleb.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, quarterback.
And that's one of those things. I've heard that name so much. It's crazy. I have never seen him play. Not at all. But he's supposed to be all world, basically. And of course, the other thing is that he could come to the NFL and be a project. He
could come in the NFL and be a bust.
Right. But he is definitely going to be a starter day one.
Yeah, I can not see him not being
Yeah,
a starter.
he's day one. So
Yeah, it's pretty
here's the
much
thing though.
just
So
May
so
and
here's
Williams. What's up?
so if I mean, let's just say, why is there a reason why he wouldn't want to go to Chicago? I mean, I think we talked about this before, but I mean, Chicago's not horrible, are they?
They need help.
They're not. They're not very good with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Know that much.
Oh,
There's, I don't think, ever been a quote unquote superstar quarterback in Chicago. Like Chicago has been bred
not
to have a
80s.
stifling defense and run the ball. That's it.
Just run. So
Run the
here's the
ball and
question.
play good defense. That's Chicago.
So then think about it this way. Now, who else? Excuse me. Who else needs a quarterback? Like let's think about it this way. If let's say, I mean, Chicago's got the first pick. They got to take Caleb. There's no question, right? I mean, he's the first pick in the draft. Period. I don't care who's making the pick. You got to pick him. But would they trade him? I mean, instead of trading the pick, they trade the player. I mean, to somebody say like, I don't know, say Seattle.
The Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders.
The Raiders.
You know, because the Raiders don't have. Are they drafted in top 10?
I think we were.
Should be.
We were number 6.
Y'all got the 6th pick.
6.
So my thing is this. Let me think about it this way. If we're in week 14 or we in week 15? We're in week 14. So we got 4 more games. Chicago loses a couple more games. They fall, or they rise in the draft, depending on how you look at it, to the 4th pick with their pick. Right?
Right.
So if they have the 4th pick and then they got the 1st pick, do they could then say, if the Raiders have the 6th pick, the Raiders trade up to 1 for the 6th and their 2nd round pick. I mean,
they'd have to give up a lot more than that.
They have to give up a player probably too, but I mean, I guess my thing is this a thing where we could see Chicago just deal the pick? If the guy won't come and play for you, then instead of trading the pick, you trade the player. Is it more valuable to trade the pick, or is it more valuable to trade the player?
Yeah, it depends on who's coming to get the pick.
And who needs the player.
Yeah, I mean, that and depending on what they're willing to give up.
And I guess now you were saying that with the Raiders would have to give up more than just a couple of picks. So would it be worth it to the Raiders to give up their draft for it? I mean,
they're saying right now they will go all in on Ed and Drake, 1 of the 2.
Say that again.
They're going to go all in.
They say they're going all in?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then they're saying that it might be worth it to give up their draft for one of those quarterbacks. And who do we say had the 2nd pick of the draft currently?
Currently it is New England.
New England.
Excuse me.
They need a quarterback.
But they need a quarterback. That's interesting. I wonder. I think New England is definitely going to take a quarterback. Justin Fields is there, but and again, I'm only thinking about Caleb because he says he wants to basically pick his team.
Right.
And so the thing about that is that would he play for the Raiders? Is he a West Coast guy? I mean, I know he goes to school at USC, but is he?
Yeah, I don't know exactly where he's from. He seems like a West Coast guy, but not sure where he's from. Let's see where he's from. He's from DC. He's West Coast guy.
He's an East Coast guy. That's interesting.
Maybe he would play for the Commanders.
Maybe he plays for the Commanders if they're willing to go in for him.
At least that says it's his birthplace. I don't know if that's where he grew up, but that's his birthplace.
Huh. That's interesting.
I'm getting static. Yeah.
You get we got a little bit of static. I hear some static, but I don't know. Hold on a second. Let me do this. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just muting mics here. Say something.
Something.
Okay. That's not either one of those. If I hear that. Okay. I need my dreadful muted. I don't know where it's coming from.
What are you looking for? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to figure out where the static was coming from.
Okay, I thought that went back to six. Right, that was 2023.
I don't know. Well, look, I mean, I talked to both of y'all earlier. Like I said, it's going to be our COVID version anyway. We can sort of just call it if you want. So let me ask this question, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna get out of here.
Right.
So this week we got Saturday games. We got a Thursday game. The Raiders play the Chargers on Thursday, and I'm pretty sure Big O, you picking the Raiders. But this is a very winnable game for the Raiders in that Herbert is not playing. So
who's the backup?
You know what? Hold on, I'll tell you. Depth chart. Easton Stick is the starter this week.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Stick.
Stick.
That's what the Raiders win.
Yeah.
I'll go with the Raiders on that one.
Easton Stick is the guy. And then on Saturday, we got Minnesota, Cincinnati. That's a toss-up game to me. I have no clue who's going to win that game.
I'll take Cincinnati.
You take Cincinnati?
I think so.
I'm gonna take Minnesota because I'm hoping that Justin Jefferson's going to be well enough to play. So I would take Minnesota. Big O, you got a question? Word on that one? You go? Did you drop out?
No,
Nice.
Minnesota too.
You take Minnesota too. Okay, Pittsburgh, Indianapolis. Dreadful. I'm sure you take Indy. But you know what? I think I'm taking Indy too in this one. Pittsburgh sort of fall off a cliff.
Yeah, Pittsburgh been high.
Yep. And then we got Denver, Detroit.
Is that also Saturday or is that Sunday?
That's on Saturday too. And
Detroit.
I'm gonna tell you, you go in Detroit. I think I'm gonna go Denver.
Yeah, I'm thinking Denver. I think they're gonna try to make a playoff push.
Yeah. I have no idea what this crackling sound is.
Yeah.
Okay, Chicago, Cleveland. I'm going Cleveland. I'm going Cleveland. That defense, I can't get past it. Tampa Bay, Green Bay.
I'm
gonna go Green Bay. Yeah, but I'm gonna go Green Bay. They got a little something to prove. After losing to the Giants. After losing to the Giants on Monday. Houston, Tennessee. And I don't know if CJ is playing or not. Let me click on that. Depth chart.
Yeah, I don't think he practiced today, so.
He said he's questionable. So I'm going to I'm gonna approximate my response. If CJ doesn't play, then I pick Tennessee. If CJ plays, then I think Houston's got it. That's the way I see it.
They gonna wear their old uniform Sunday.
Who that? Tennessee, they gonna wear the Oilers.
They gonna wear Houston Oilers.
They're gonna wear the Oilers against the Texans. That's funny.
They're gonna. I can't even laugh. Okay, the Jets versus the Dolphins. Defense versus offense. You going with who?
We'll go Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I think the Jets might win.
You think the Jets
might win?
Who's what?
What's his name quarterback in?
Let me see.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. I'm pretty sure Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's quarterback.
See what they say.
And then we got the Giants versus New Orleans.
I'll take the Giants.
Yeah, I think I'm going New Orleans. I'm going New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm going New Orleans for my boy.
Yeah.
That's right, you're a Carter fan.
And then we got Atlanta versus Carolina. That's Atlanta.
Atlanta should win.
Atlanta versus Carolina.
Atlanta should win.
And yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be Atlanta. Washington versus the Rams. Rams. Okay, yeah, I can get with that. Rams. And San Francisco versus Arizona. San Francisco. Yeah.
I already know.
Dallas versus Buffalo. Huh.
I'm going to say Buffalo beat Dallas just because.
Just because?
Just because.
That's going to be an interesting one. It's a tougher game than you would think about there.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to say Dallas.
Dallas is on a roll. I'm going to roll with Dallas too.
Okay.
Baltimore, Jacksonville. And I'm going to say Baltimore.
Yeah,
Baltimore's got the offense and the defense. And Jacksonville is too, but I think Baltimore's better.
Yeah, I'll go Baltimore.
And then Philadelphia, Seattle. The Philadelphia's been on this skid.
Yeah.
I think they get right against
I
Seattle.
think they bounce back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they get right against Seattle.
I'll take the Eagles.
It's in Seattle too. So, but I don't think it matters. I think Philadelphia wins that game.
12 man.
Yeah. Okay. So I am at this point where I can barely breathe.
All right.
And I appreciate everything you guys have done today. But we go call it here.
All right, sir.
We're gonna come back next week. We'll do one. It'll be the last one for the year, and then we'll come back in January and get with the playoffs, and maybe in January, because fantasy will be over. We'll
see how we did.
We'll talk about also talk about maybe doing some daily fantasy stuff, and just make some picks and things like that. Also, one last thing, Draymond Green.
That's what I wanted to talk.
Oh, you should have said something earlier.
Yeah.
So, how y'all feel about Draymond Green? Draymond Green, I wish I had the clip, but I don't have the clip. But he turned around and cold cocked that boy. I mean, he hit him. Now, Draymond Green, for the choking incident, he lost 5 games. What do y'all think should happen to Draymond Green after this punch?
Well, if we got 5 for just the show.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. Oh, they did?
Yeah.
They did what?
Mm-hmm.
They suspended him definitely. I saw it came across my phone as soon as we got off.
Oh, wow.
That's why I said I wanted to talk, but it was NBA.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So that was one of the things that I heard, that he should be suspended indefinitely based on getting some help with his anger management and things like that. And then at that point they'll say, all right, yay or nay, you can come back. So they put a deal on it. I can barely breathe. It's crazy.
They put a deal on.
Yeah, so they said that basically the deal is that if he gets help and he gets better, then he can come back. But if he doesn't, then we can just hold him off until he does get better.
So they're saying it's an anger management issue.
Right.
That's okay.
So, but I don't know if that's exactly what happened. I'm gonna definitely read that. But that was one of the things that I was thinking about too. It's like, how we felt about this whole Draymond Green thing.
Well.
So, but think about it. We can talk about it next week, gentlemen. Audience,
yes, sir.
It's been real. We out of here.
Get better. Stay medicated.
I would try. Yes, sir.
Peace out, fellas.
All right, peace out.
Yeah.